Hi everybody! Today I'm going to be demoing how to use the brand new PolyGel by Gelish. So first we're going to start with some of the slip solution, which I've already poured out into a dampened dish. And again, as I mentioned in the previous video, a brush was not included, so I'm just using a synthetic, firm, square brush. So we'll start by squeezing the desired amount out of the tube and using the multi-purpose tool that was included. So squeeze some out, cut it off with the tool, and then roll it onto the nail. And then I'm also going to clean this tool off with a little bit of the slip solution. Okay, now I'm going to saturate the brush with some slip solution and pat off the excess on a paper towel. And from here, it really is similar to an acrylic application where I'm just going to pat this bead around. And if you notice that you do not have enough flexibility and workability with the PolyGel, redip your brush in the slip solution, maybe leave a little bit more on there than last time, and continue pressing. I personally don't work with acrylic, so this is a little bit of a learning curve for me. I'm used to working with hard gel, so I do appreciate the fact that this product will not cure or dry until I tell it to, which would be under my LED lamp. But I know some more novice acrylic users would be able to use a larger brush and get the application of this perfect in less time than I can do. So I'm just making sure that I get the product all the way up to the cuticle line and the sidewalls. It's okay if there's a little bit of a lump there, because you can smooth it out with a little bit more slip solution at the end. So again, I'm just working the product with the slip solution all the way up to the cuticle line and the sidewalls. And the product is not moving at all. You can see the peak at the apex of my nail, and I haven't smoothed it down yet. And it's not moving, it's not going anywhere. And again, with more slip solution, I can just pull the product and pull the PolyGel out to the sidewalls and down to the end of my fingernail. If you notice it starts to get tacky, wipe the brush and dip it in some more slip solution. Once you have the product laid on the entire nail, clean off the sidewalls. And cure. I'm using an LED lamp, so I will cure it for 30 seconds. Okay, now that we've cured in the LED lamp for 30 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and file to smooth out the surface. I have a 180 file here, and I'm just going to gently file the top. It's not requiring very much pressure at all, so the product is filing off very nicely and easily. I would not recommend using an e-file unless you have a very light hand. And still, after you're done with the e-file, I would recommend hand filing to smooth the surface. And there's not much dust created from this. There was no inhibition layer, there was no tacky layer on top that I needed to remove. And there's no odor coming off of it as I file either. Okay. Now it still looks a little cloudy, same as acrylic. And at this point I just need a gel top coat to seal it. And I usually put polish over my overlays so that I can change the color frequently throughout the week. And we'll see how well the polish comes off of this product. Okay, now that it's all filed and prepped, I'm just going to add a top coat. Okay, and cure for 30 seconds under an LED. And here we have the finished product. I know you can see some striations in my nail, but this nail broke. I did give it an extension previously, a sculpted extension. And I tried to file as much of that down as I could before I put the polygel on top. But I would say all in all, I have a pretty smooth finish here. It's a very lightweight, a new product. It does not feel heavy like acrylic. It doesn't even feel as heavy as hard gel. And the fileability, the workability of it, very easy. Learning curve, not too much. It's not too difficult. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.